Hello, I'm Rangru.
And I'm Graham.
Here today with another 1v1 from the Wargame Bootcamp Discord train tournament. We are in a nuclear winter is coming. Who do we have playing today?
So we have Cutest Princess here in the blue playing as General Scandinavian General rank, and then in the red we have Yusupov playing as Baltic Front Motorized.
Yep, and a lot of airplanes off the start. We got a Hawk, the Puff, the Magic Dragon, as well as the
Yes.
F-16, his trusty companion.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the seeds up there to start along with the F-16. It's a lot of points in fighter aircraft to start the game here for Cutest Princess, and I think the Hawk got away, didn't it? Yeah, it did.
Yeah, no, it got shot down.
Oh,
Did
did it?
it?
Oh, okay. I thought it
Oh
got
no.
away. We'll find
Nonetheless,
out.
it's still like weird bringing in the puff early on because against like especially Baltic Moto, you're just gonna have the Ito 90 at the start. It's not gonna be much to really see to begin with.
Yeah, no, totally. I don't know like what you would bring it for to start off the bat, because we do see. Yeah, I don't know, but we do see the puffs back out there. Yusupov is going ahead. He's getting his troops into Alpha. He's going to get into Delta really fast. That's that motorized infantry moving up quick. And I like to just point out really quick, Ring, it's Foxtrot there. I like that he went light. I don't like that the Mi-17's charging deep into.
It's going in
He's
hot.
going. Yeah, he went in hot all right. Broken arrow, or not broken arrow. Black Hawk down. Excuse me.
Hip down, hip down.
Yeah, hip down. They need to make a movie in Russia about that.
Something in the Chechen wars.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of experience now, so they can figure it out.
But yeah, we're seeing a pretty aggressive play here from Yusupov south of Delta. He's got a whole bunch of KTs just booking it right down the road. And I wonder if Cutest Princess is seeing this. Yes, he is.
Yeah, this is honestly really weird. I don't think I've ever seen a push, a motorized push just like this. I mean, that LVKV just killed the two KTs with the Jakari 90 in it in a ground support role right there with the Bofors. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, and you're seeing Cutest Princess get a very solid position into Charlie here. He can probably make some good head range to Alpha if he does decide to push up. He's a little bit slow as a lot of his troops are currently disembarked, so it
Yeah.
will give Yusupov time to reinforce Alpha. And also seeing the Mi-24D going hot up north.
Yeah, he's going in. The Puff actually coming in to try and get a shot. Gets one into it. Yeah, because I didn't get off the second one yet. But a Rover should make pretty quick work of that Mi-24 right there. Really
Really, it's
smart.
going in hot.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the finished Terminators. If we go down to India, he gets the finished Terminators in there. There's Yusupov, also some Jakari 90. I mean, he can get up to some mayhem if he really wants to here. There's not much in front of him whatsoever.
That's a really good position. Like, just having the finished Terminators for a bit of anti-air will definitely
Yeah.
make that much more sustainable. If he can just get some ATGMs or T-55s in there, the best tanks he can get, he can really just shut down India. But no, he's gonna book
He's
it out
going.
with the KTs.
Yeah, he's going for it right now. The Scout Defender is going to try and engage here, but the Bushmaster on the KT is going to go ahead and light it up. Half HP down. Then I want to see if the but it does go down. The KT lives. The other one's splitting off there. A Fennec Toe 2 is being called out, rang by Cutest Princess to try and deal with it. So I don't think they'll get too much done here, but it's a huge annoyance.
Yeah, is he committing, or is he just gonna continue doing harassment fire?
I think he's going to try. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna try it for sure. And while that's going on, Cutest Princess is pushing into Delta a little bit, but I think he's being a little cautious here. Ranking knows infantry was dropped off at India. He may not know exactly where. I think he should get a little aggressive in either Delta or Alpha right now.
Yeah, I think he's just very much focused all over, especially with this little India push. That is probably taken away quite a lot of micro skills from the northern side.
Yeah,
He's having to invest quite a bit. I mean, get another Scout Defender, the Fennec Toe 2 investment, the Wildcat. It's just a lot of, like, base defense, quote-unquote, just to try and do something with India. And he still has to get troops into India to kick out the Finns.
yeah. I think what's interesting now is if you're Yusupov, I think you kind of have to decide here: are you going to go ahead and try and just, what's the end game goal now? So you've created a situation in India. Are you going to try and push India and take it? Because it doesn't look like that's part of his plan. So I'm assuming he's just going to try and buy a bunch of time to, create a sizable advantage in Delta or Alpha.
That seems what he's doing. He's doing a heavy investment in Alpha, getting an early CV. He's got his two T-55s out in the ground. Fortunately, Cutest Princess hasn't really invested in any heavy anti-tank, so his T-55s are currently the king of the battlefield up north.
Yeah, he does have some Swedish ATGM infantry in the town area, a little complex dividing Charlie and Alpha, but they're obviously not in range here to deal with the T-55s. There's some Jaeger 90 pushing up. The CVs are pushing up as well, but they're already being engaged. Yeah, they're already being shot at.
But it's very... I don't know where Yusupov is going to do, like you said. Like, he has a very good opportunity to really reinforce India heavily, and I'd love to see it. But I feel like he is just going to be playing it more safe and just play more traditionally up north.
Yeah, I think so too. It would be interesting to pair what he did with an actual push on India, because that would just because he has the ability to cut off reinforcements or at least delay them significantly with his infantry. And like you said, Finnish Terminators means not only does he have good anti-tank with the Apilas, he has Iglas, so he can deal with some help deal with the air a little bit. But it's clear that that's not part of his plans.
Yeah, but up north, both T-55s got blapped by getting a little bit too close to some Jaegers and CV-903, so the Hawk is going to try and get a little bit of late revenge.
Yeah, it's just not efficient right there. Those you really don't want to be losing those Finnish T-55s. They're really important because you don't have good armor. Obviously, as a motorized deck, and that's a massive advantage. You know, it allows you to actually bring out a field of decent tank. And losing two of them right there to some Jaegers with Eric's is not a... and the CV-90s, yeah.
Buying another CV for Foxtrot now. I know I got a CV being brought into Charlie, so Yusupov is really just trying to play the CV game, and that'll work well for him because it's going to be hard for Cutest Princess to get a CV into India right now, so he can afford to play CV games.
Yeah, it's kind of like a calculated risk, right? You want to go ahead and get a CV in there and build up your point lead. It's going to +4 here for just a second. Yeah, there we go. We see Charlie is capped. But Cutest Princess kind of needs to make him pay for it because that should be kind of a signal here. You know he has infantry in India. He CV'd up really fast. And you killed the two T-55s. So Cutest Princess has a pretty big point advantage on the ground right now, but he just hasn't been able to kind of like turn it into an in-game advantage.
Yeah, really his best bet is just trying to push heavy into Alpha. It's not a whole lot of scary stuff here. I mean, you got this... What do you say?
Oh, I said no, yeah, that was a great
no. But yeah, we got the... Oh yeah, the KRKKs. You never bloody see those things. That's the AGS transport.
Yeah, and there go both Hawks are going to go down right here too. So that's another, how many points down the drain right there for Yusupov. So, I mean, he does have... Oh, but he killed the CV and Charlie. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's not actually that bad, especially if you're getting a +4.
Yeah,
it's not going to hold it for long, but that's still 100 points down the drain for Cutest Princess.
How did he see that get in there, or did he just guess?
Maybe his map hacks?
I'm surprised he saw that. I'm going to have to go back after the cast so I could, look from his point of view just to see, or if that was a guess, that was really, really good. I guess that's why you don't bring Jeep CVs, right?
No. That's why I only bring the T80 CVs.
Yes. T80 UK for the win.
Frontline unit, yo. Gotta lead by example.
We've seen that.
We've seen how it works.
Watch some of the previous episodes, viewers. You'll see it. But yeah, you can see the recon T-55 is pushing back up. He's bringing out some more another Mi-17 here. Yusupov is up in Alpha. And he is kind of consolidating a little bit in Delta as well. I mean, there's not a ton in there, but he does kind of have control over it. Or at least the central area.
And Cutest is going to be sneaking at CV into India on the southern side. It's not an ideal location. I mean, he'll probably be spotted by the Erics, because it's be out in the open. How he will respond to that CV is yet to be seen.
Yeah, actually, so Yusupov has his infantry too far back in the forest line. So his Terminator, the Finnish Terminator should be able to see that, but they don't. I put on his viewpoint really quick. So he's actually kind of, by keeping them so far in there, he's ruined the ability to actually see that CV come in.
Yeah, that's a real downside. You want to be using those recon troops.
And it's close. It's close, too. If he just pushes up a little bit, he would be able to see it.
Oh.
So he's just split. I want to see if he actually commits to it. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is splitting them up and now moving them. Let's see when he gets. So pretty soon here, he should be able to see that, which would give him a chance. Yep, he sees it right now. So he should be able to now go. I mean, if he wants to bomb it again, he can do that, Ring.
Yeah, ATGM plane also worked quite well.
Yeah, there are fire. Yeah, the F-16 is up, though.
Yeah, we also see Cutest Princess realizes that he's been spotted.
Yeah.
Moving the CV, so just a little bit of, soft power play, giving, Yusupov another nice little +4.
He moved it into the next tree and knocked it over, and he's still...
Oh, he's gonna move it again.
Yeah, he is moving it now. So the MiG-21 is coming in right now with rockets. Oh, he's going for the rover.
Whoa. He's softening things up.
I guess so, but there's no immediate plane after it. Like, now you'd want to see that. If that was the goal, there should be a plane right now coming out. I mean, the KT's coming in? We might have another hip down situation here.
We might.
Yeah, the Stormers go ahead. They get wrecked there by the Finnish Terminators. The CV is pushing up to try and support. MI8, he's engaging the Wildcat, though, instead of going for the CV.
I think he's just trying to... Oh, he's not even going to engage, because he's can get buggered up by a Bushmaster.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like that move there. Here comes the MiG-21. A little late, I think, but...
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets the CV kill, it doesn't necessarily matter that much. Yeah, MiG-21 going in right now. Rockets away. It doesn't get the kill.
Half HP. The Erics are going to be last man standing here.
Yeah, that's the five frontal armor right there, coming in really clutch there for Cutest Princess.
Yeah, quite a beefy APC CV. But even though Yusupov will be losing his control on India, considering the point investment, the amount of havoc he caused in India is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it'll reflect some of the game. So Yusupov does have a sizable point advantage here right now. So what you want to see from Cutest Princess is immediate recognize, like, he needs to, get some momentum, as we like to say, Rang, in this game here. But he's actually buying more infantry for India, which I really don't like unless he's going to commit to a frontal push on Foxtrot.
Yeah, he even has to full send on Foxtrot or full send on Alpha. You need that place to be neutralized. Yep. Like, right now, really, to get a sizable point advantage. So, he is going to be definitely forced into the driver's seat of this match.
And he lost another, Yusupov did another MiG-21, so those are 85 points apiece, plus the 2 Hawks, so 5 planes have gone down. And while they're not necessarily overly expensive, Ring, that's a nice little chunk of change that's, that's off the map right now in this game here. So if Cutest Princess can get something together, I really think he can make something happen. But I don't think he's going to concentrate. It doesn't seem like he's concentrating his forces very well.
It seems like he just needs a lot more heavy armor. He's got a few Leopard 185s, which do have some decent firepower. But yeah, just a good push up north. I think he can actually pretty easily, not easily, but somewhat well, deal with Yusupov's forces here. I mean, you've seen Leopard 185 just pick off these APCs one by one. Yeah,
and he's going to run ahead. I agree with you, actually. A couple Leopard 185s just pair with some infantry, a mortar for some smoke. He's got a little AA, plus he has his F-16 up. He can do a lot of havoc here because there really isn't anything besides that T-55 to deal with armor.
Yeah, we're seeing an Mi-24 being brought in, but the Rovers are pretty capable.
Yeah, the Rover is pretty capable, especially if that Mi-24 rolls into range and can go down pretty fast there. We do see, actually, though, Yusupov going to go for another CV here and try and get the point take going again in Delta.
Ooh. Definitely playing the points game. I like it a lot. It's risky, but it's been working off quite well for him.
Yeah, he's kept Cutest Princess kind of on his back foot most of the game.
Yep.
Almost like playing, like, he's like been poker and he's been bluffing the whole time.
Yeah, because especially with Baltic Front Moto, you have decent ground forces, but you don't have any real heavy armor.
The Puff came in and tried to snipe the Mi-17, but it's unable to. It does half the HP, and actually the CV's going to land. I thought I was going to get it there for a second.
Oh. Yeah, Hip is a thick boy. He can take a little bit of punishment.
Oh yeah. Nice and thick, Rang.
Yeah.
We see some more Cutest Princess committing to attack here on Foxtrot, Rang. A Fighting Falcon coming in here with some 2,000 kilograms of HE, loving for those the Polish infantry right there. Oh, and he missed.
Wow, how can he miss with 2,000 kilograms? That's impressive.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Cutest Princess there.
Yeah.
It does not seem like things are going his way.
Well, they don't have the PKM isn't the CQC LMG, so the Stormers with their CQC LMG is actually going to be coming out in his firefight on top here. And we're seeing him also dump some infantry in the Foxtrot. There's no defenses here. I mean, Yusupov will see it with his recon helicopter. No?
He needs to commit. Yeah, he needs to commit. Yeah, and this is the thing, when we talked about this last game, when you watch, like, maybe, the hardened tournaments, it's the feel of the game a little bit, and he should know if there's nothing engaging him here, you just commit right now. You get into that back line in Foxtrot, find that CV. Yeah, he runs right into the Sergei right there. The ZSU causing him havoc, even though it doesn't kill, obviously, the CVs, but, yeah, he needs to move him in there and get this and snipe the CV.
It's very hard to fully control Foxtrot, but just neutralizing it. It's pretty easy to neutralize. You just kind of control the town that she is in right now. I would preferably get foothold into the forest, slap a CV, preferably a tank one somewhere, and you can just buy for time.
Yeah, just killing it right now would get him back a +1, but really put Yusupov on his back foot, but he's playing very cautious.
That is going to screw him over a bit.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down 300 points, right? I don't think you can afford to be cautious anymore. Like, you have to start taking some risks. And obviously, we have the God vision, but you should know that, hey, this is the time to really commit here. Yeah, and there you go. So the recoilless rifles opening up right there. Any chance of immediately getting in there, I think, is gone. Fighting Falcon coming back in. We'll see if it hits a little bit better this time. Yes, direct hit wipes them all out. Yeah, so he really just needs to push forward. Just commit. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, he goes. We're seeing a hind being brought in as reinforcements, as well as an MI8. So we're seeing a actually heavy helicopter play. And there's not a whole lot of anti-air here, so this could actually really save Yusupov.
Yeah, and the XA-185s with the 30mm frag launch is going to come up and just annihilate these Stormers here in the open. They do get nice hit on getting one of them there. Faustmiager gets the other one up. But they go down so fast there. Yep, in the Mi-24 helping in.
Oh, no, it's a rover. Never mind.
Oh, there's a rover.
He's hitting.
It's a little late. Yeah, a little late there, but I mean, there's still nothing in front, so he just needs to commit, which he is doing now.
He's sending out VKs.
And he's getting a CV.
Only a Jeep run, so it's a bit risky.
Yeah, I mean, but bringing the CV in general, I think, like you talked about, Rang, that's the right move. Look north, there really isn't much going on up north. It's like Yusupov wants to get a little bit aggressive, but he's not willing to commit, even though he does have a lot of forces up there now between Charlie and Alpha. But Cutest Princess is sending it here, and Yusupov needs to decide pretty soon, is he going to ditch the CV, or is he just going to let it die?
Yeah, he might want to run away now. Considering you have no other defensive forces, this is... I mean, it... Maybe wants to try and keep onto the point advantage for as long as possible, but you also don't want to lose a 100-point CV.
No, for sure. I think now's about the time to ditch it.
Oh.
You get out of there because you have nothing, because then you have to spend 100 more points to get back in there eventually. But at this rate, I'm not sure when he's going to be able to actually... Yeah, the Stormer spotted the CV. He's going to go and open up.
And up north, Yusupov lost his Mi-24 as well as some forces in that initial attack up north. Oh yeah,
but he got the CV. But he got the CV in Charlie.
Oh.
We were
Ow.
I don't know. We were so intently watching Foxtrot, or at least I was. I have no idea how he got it, but it is dead.
Okay, they just keep disappearing. It's like the
that really hurts him actually. There, that's a taking if he needed the Charlie CV to live.
Yeah, yo, he's not in a terrible position. He's actually in a really good position in Foxtrot because he's managed to pretty much completely capture it. I mean, there's still some Finnish guys here who armed with Mosin the guns, holding off against G3s. Imagine having to use a Mosin the gun in the 1980s.
Imagine using a Mosin. I'll tell you, Mosin gun. I have a Mosin the gun. You know, don't hate Ringru.
Just saying, in a modern day war, I'd rather have a Kalashnikov.
That Mosin Nagant's seen some shit.
But yeah, that's a very good position there in Foxtrot, because he is getting his infantry into the town. He does need probably a little bit of long-range anti-tank, but he can pretty much fully capture that point, and that's a huge, point advantage for him. And is he gonna try and nuke the CV?
He's trying to. He's gonna be a little short though. Close,
Yeah.
but no cigar. I mean, if he tries again, just bombs the further rear complex.
It feels like a team game where one side has like a Nighthawk and is only using it to try and CV snipe.
Yeah, and so now Cutest Princess does finally get his own +1 going, but I think the advantage is too late unless he's able to neutralize Echo.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get a CV into Charlie, so that'll get him to a +3. But I think Yusupov is just going to commit to Charlie at this point because there really isn't much in front of him. I'm surprised he hasn't already.
Yeah, it's really going to be quite critical for Yusupov if he can do a counterattack up north. He does have the forces, but once again, it comes down to feeling and momentum.
Right. Yeah, you have to be able to feel what's happened in the game, and I think that it should be clear to him that there really isn't much in front of him. There obviously is 2 infantry squads there. They both have Carl Gustavs. Some ATGMs firing from the town complex there, so he's going to want to dismount. Big thing I'd say for both players running is no mortar. Not having a mortar to smoke for either of them has hurt them both in the game.
They don't even have mortars in their deck. Oh, no. Cutest Princess does have mortars. So, but Yusupov going for more heavy rocket artillery, which usually doesn't really work out.
Yeah, it really doesn't pay off that often. Yeah, it's pretty rare that we've seen a couple games together where I think a Urigan has really done some work, but for the most part, it never feels like it truly pays itself off.
Nope. And that northern push, once again, just getting bombed to hell and back by the S-16s, which is really slowing down Yusupov.
Yeah, the problem is Yusupov could just send it, though. He doesn't even need to he's got infantry there, bring the KTs. I mean, he doesn't have any AA, so that could be a problem for him. Oh, he actually is bringing out a mortar. I spoke too early.
Nice. We're also seeing a push down south here from Cutest, or in the center, into Delta, so all angles of the map are being attacked. The Kurtjägers are getting into the forest. There's a decent amount of defenses here from Yusupov, but, I mean, Cutest Princess does have the bare minimum of fire support, really, with just a Wildcat.
Yeah, and then the Swedish ATGMs over there in the town by Charlie were able to snipe one of the T-55s there, getting a nice side shot into it as it moved up. So that push is actually going to run out of momentum really fast right there for Yusupov,
yeah.
I think.
Not ideal at all, and now Cutest Princess and the +3 just completely taken Foxtrot. Really, it's a 5 minutes or so, he's going to easily catch up to Yusupov's lead.
Yeah, he's looking good. I think he just needs to consolidate his push. So if he wants to, at this point, I think Foxtrot's fine. It can buy him a ton of time, too. If he wants Delta, he just needs to kind of commit to Delta. You see the Kustjägers are engaging with the Finnish recoilless rifle teams there. They're pushing out. I wonder if they're going to be able to get to the CV here.
They're flanking about. And the recoilless rifle teams are out of ammo for their recoilless rifles, which not ideal. Once again, just down to the Mosin.
Oh, the Kustjägers have found it. The Kustjägers have gotten the CV, and they're going to kill the CV right now. That's going to be a +4.
Oh, that is juicy. And if he gets a CV on that point, +5. These are big. You never see big numbers like this in Wargame.
No, this is honestly that's big, and because the push kind of whittled itself out. He didn't smoke off his advance. So a lot of his armor died pushing into Charlie just to one ATGM team. Wow, that +4 will catch him up really fast, Frank.
Yeah, that is such a... And it can, once again, go up to a +5. He's totally in position to do that.
Yeah, no, he definitely can do that. And now these Kustjägers are going to go to town in here because they only have the Mosins, right? And then, he tapped out.
Yeah, understandable. But what a... That's probably one of the best matches of this tournament we've casted so far.
It was dynamic.
It was very dynamic. Both sides really going, back and forth. I honestly thought Yusupov had that. With that early...
I did too.
Not cheese. That was just a good flanking maneuver. Real line sissy tactics.
Right.
very, very thematic, yeah, for Yusupov.
But I think he had to commit, Rank. I think that's the big thing for me. He had to, if you were going to do that, and he did it, and it was great, but there was no follow up through with it. So they kind of just end up isolated there in their own little island. And then he wasn't able to get the CV either. So I feel like if you're going to do that, you need to push that area at the same time.
Yeah, you need to lock down both those bridges with
Yeah.
long range anti tank and
Yeah.
just clear up whatever's left. He was in there, a very good position, but also up north as well. He had commitment issues, really following through. But Cutest Princess managed to regain kind of their front line. They always had kind of like the advantage on the ground due to the decks and the ground forces and whatnot. But just fully like realizing to push heavy down south, won Cutest Princess that match.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really good push. I think we could nitpick it a little bit, but at the end of the day, he knew that this was the time to make the push. It was decisive, but then also going into Delta, I think sealed the deal. Like he recognized there wasn't much there in front of him. He had Kuss Jaegers. You might as well send your best boys in and throw it because you're down 300 points, right? So you might as well just commit to the attack at this point. And then Yusupov whittling away a lot of his firepower by just pushing tanks in the open and letting ATGMs hit him. I mean, that really just hurt him there. One smoke, one mortar smoking off his tanks, and he wins that game.
Yeah, and for a train tournament, I mean, both players didn't have perfect like momentum, God vision, type, feeling of when to push.
Right.
Both sides were playing the entirety of the map. It didn't just, we've seen matches where they both get to like the 50-yard line, and then they do nothing, and now everyone's kind of scared to move up. They did try and do full send commit attacks. And it paid off. It just paid off for Cutest Princess much more.
No, completely. It was interesting to see, like you talked about, that they both played the full spectrum of the map, the full width of the map. And we haven't seen that in a lot of the past couple games that we've casted. So it was really fun to watch that.
Yeah, good job, guys. That was honestly quite a lot of fun. Do you have anything else to say, Mr. Graham?
No, sir. I look forward to next week as always.
Indeed, and thank you very much for you, the people at home, for watching. And as usual, please just take it easy.